What's up guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. As you guys are watching this, I just wrapped up my first week of classes in Europe. It's a whole study abroad thing. I've been talking about it for ever, it feels like, and now it's finally happening. So hey future self, hope you're having a good time. Hopefully you survived the plane ride and live it up, I guess. So this video is my May Zodiac illustration. And little correction, I kept calling this the June Zodiac illustration when I was like shouting it out in the live stream. I'm a little ahead of myself, guys. I'm basically getting so ahead on videos that I forgot the whole month of May even really existed. So I basically did this illustration the last possible second before I was leaving. I was rushing to get it done. I was streaming it on Twitch and I managed to pull it off. It was the first time in a long time that I had done the entire, sketch, inking, coloring, editing, uploading process all in one day, and man, there's a reason I don't do it a lot. It's stressful, you guys. It's like a lot of work to do something start to finish and upload it in the same day. It takes so much out of you. It's very exhausting, but as always, the streams were really fun and I cannot wait to get back into streaming when I get back into the country. I think it's a lot of fun, and a lot of you have kind of been wondering about my live stream schedule over on Twitch. I don't have an official schedule, and the schedule that I would attempt to make would be so subject to change that it just really wouldn't be worth making anyway. So just make sure you're following me over there, and of course following me on Twitter and Instagram, which is kind of where I shout out the streams whenever I do go live, and I'll kind of give you guys like hours or days notice as to when I'm planning on streaming. But for those of you that don't want to follow along with all of my social media, you can just follow me on Twitch and get email updates there. And it's a lot of fun. We hang out, we chat. It's a really good group of consistent people that come to every single stream. And it's just a lot of fun. We have a really good time. And you get to see me make stuff like this, which is really awesome. And I've really been enjoying sharing the whole process with you guys and troubleshooting it, because there's usually one point in every illustration where I have no idea what I'm doing and I call upon the chat for help. And in this instance, I was really having a hard time with the colors for the new Zodiac characters, which are the Gemini twins. I've kind of been alluding to this for a little while, but when I mentioned like the 12 characters that I was designing for the Zodiac Project, I would always have like an asterisk, like, well, it's technically going to be 13 because Gemini counts as 2 characters because they're typically depicted as twins, and this is no different. So even though it's kind of like the same character design copy and pasted, it is drawing an entire extra character in the illustration and on a crunch time schedule, so that was a bit of a challenge, but it was a lot of fun. So you guys will probably recognize Taurus again from last month, and I really love the pose she's depicted in here. This was the pose I originally sketched her in, and I just think it's so cute and innocent, and she just looks so scared and out of her element, which is like I feel like a very relatable quality for Taurus. Not to shit on all of you very brave and daring Taurus out there, it's just that typically they are a sign that kind of is known for craving security and liking what they know, whereas Gemini in contrast is kind of a very free spirit, carefree kind of characteristic that's often associated with Geminis, and I really wanted to capture that. So I pushed myself a little, I don't know if you could tell, with the posing and the movement here. I wanted to see if I could do it, and I really think I achieved it. I think I achieved the multiple character layout very well. I love the composition in this piece, and I love the poses and the movement. I just think that each one has such a different, unique body language. And I love it a lot. So just to kind of talk a little bit about the background, because that's actually what I ended up coloring first, I basically wanted to have the Gemini twins like leaping over these rocks in a river or a pond or a lake or some small body of water, and they're kind of walking across these rocks very haphazardly. They're not really concerned with where they're going, which I feel like is a very Gemini thing. And Taurus, on the other hand, is like, no, thank you. I'm going to lay claim to this rock and cling to it for dear life. Which is a more relatable quality for somebody like me. I'm actually a Cancer, but I feel like I would get along well with a lot of Taurus people. I feel like they would get my whole comfort zone thing, which I greatly appreciate. But Gemini is always a fun challenge for me, and I really admire Geminis and a lot of their qualities. Keith is a Gemini, and I feel like we complement each other in a lot of ways, although he's kind of on the cusp, I guess. For his sign. But anyway, it was a lot of fun for me to create Gemini. I really got stuck on the Gemini design when I was designing the whole concept for all of the signs. I really got stuck with Gemini, and so revisiting it now a few months later was really refreshing, and I think that their outfits are really fun. Gemini is an air sign, and I really wanted to play up on that flowy kind of free flow element with the clothing, and I feel like I did a good job of that with their shawls and their skirts. I just got really stuck on the color for the skirts, and I ended up going with like a darker blue, which I like. I think it fits really well. I think it fits within the scene, and it doesn't blend in too much. It also doesn't contrast too much. But I also have some really big plans for June, July, and August. Those are the months that I'm probably most looking forward to in the Zodiac Project, and they're the months that I have some very, very big plans for as far as character designs and backgrounds. So look forward to that. I'm really excited. I know it's a little bit early to be excited, considering it's like May when I'm recording this voiceover, and I'm talking about things that are like 3 or 4 months ahead. But hey, also my brain is in June, so I guess that's just kind of where we're at. And just to recap kind of some other housekeeping stuff, thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart who purchased something from my online store during the Study Abroad sale. I really appreciate you guys supporting me and showing your love, and all of the orders have been shipped out. The store is now closed, and it is going to be closed for a little while, and I kind of just wanted to explain why. So obviously I had to close the store down when I was in Europe because I didn't want to risk getting an order and not being able to fulfill it. So I had to close the store down for the month of May. But I also kind of wanted to take this as an opportunity to come back really strong at the end of the summer and revamp myself in a lot of ways. So I'm going to be relaunching the store once I move apartments, which is going to be happening later this summer. And once I move apartments, I want to get a P.O. box. I want to have a mailing list started. I want to launch a landing page website, and then I will reopen my Store Envy. And when I reopen my Store Envy, I am going to be limiting some of the items available on there pretty significantly. I'm going to only be selling original art. I don't really want to sell fan art on there, so that's just, it's more of a security thing. I don't want to get dinged by Store Envy for selling fan art when I shouldn't be, so I would rather just kind of not sell it at all. From this point on, I kind of feel like the only fan art that will be available for sale will be when I do conventions, which who knows when that will be, probably not for a while. But just to kind of give you guys that heads up. And as far as conventions go, I'm actually going to be doing a couple. Well, I won't be tabling at any conventions, unfortunately, for a while, but I am going to be attending a couple. I did get a ticket for one day of San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm also considering doing Anime Expo, or at least attending one day of Anime Expo. Sorry, it gets confusing. But I will be going as an attendee, not as a member of the Artist Alley or anything. But if you guys are going to be there, let me know, and we can meet up and hang out and whatever, just internet friends meeting in real life. That's kind of cool. So if you were going to be at either of those conventions, let me know. I want to meet all of my fellow Southern California artists out there. I know you're there, I just haven't seen you yet. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I haven't bought my ticket for Anime Expo yet, but I'm really looking forward to doing that. Man, it's an expensive couple of months, but it is going to be a really fun summer. I am not going to have a full class load, so I'm going to use that time to really get ahead on videos and on just general life stuff. But lots of changes on the horizon: new apartment, relaunching the store, getting a website, getting a mailing list, all of these exciting adult business freelance artist things, and you guys are just gonna kind of be along for the ride. I'm also gonna be revamping some of my Copic chat videos this summer and adding more to that series, which I think a lot of you are gonna be really excited about. Lots of fun and exciting videos pertaining to markers and reviews. I'm gonna be doing some really intensive videos breaking down like all the markers I've reviewed thus far and comparing them not only to each other but to Copics in ways that I've never done before. So keep an eye out for that, because that is not only going to be a lot of work, but it is going to be a very exciting thing for me, and I'm really looking forward to accomplishing that. It's a big goal. And so yeah, that's really all I have to say for right now. I've been toying around with whether or not to amp up Patreon rewards a little bit by like releasing videos a day early to patrons and making it a little bit more exclusive but still manageable for my grad school student time frame. Let me know your thoughts on that. If you have strong opinions either way, I'm very open to hearing about that, just because I feel like I could be doing better, and Patreon is something I'm very interested in exploring more this summer. But just a little final note before the video ends and I show you the final piece. If you're not already, follow me on Instagram, because that's probably where I'm posting lots of fun things about my excursions around Europe. So be sure you're following me over there, and thank you guys so much as always for watching. I will see you next time, but until then, take care. Bye!